Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. Friday, September 20th. How is everybody doing? Welcome in, Mac, Theron, Al. Hope you are all doing well.
One day it will be a year.
Wow, 11 months. That's almost a year. Incredible. Incredible. The duration. So yeah, Friday, and of course that means Friday Fun Facts, Factorial Fun Fact Friday, where they finally revealed what kind of creatures we'll be facing on Vulcanus. Big bug. It looks good. It's an interesting concept, very different. Like, not only the actual bug itself, but also the fact that you don't even really have to deal with it, and it doesn't come back. Like, every one of them is unique and does not respawn. That's neat. That's weird and different, and I like it. It looks really cool. They already showed off the ones from Gleba. I don't remember the jungle planet has the starfish aliens to defeat. The starfish that have rocket launchers. I don't think we've seen what's on Fulgora, the desert planet, the desert lightning planet. Yeah, the pentapods. I like them. Very cool animation. They're basically knockoff Spidertrons. I love it. But yeah, I don't think we've seen what the desert planet has yet. Very suspicious. Oh yeah, and then on Gleba we have different pollution rules as well. It's like regular pollution does not apply because it's just coated with jungle. So it's all the spores that certain things will produce, but not everything. Hey, Willow. All right, so let's do a little recap of what we got here and make sure the transitions work. All right. Let's go full screen here. So we've got the initial room that gives you a little secret over in the corner that we haven't decided what it's going to be yet. It's Dabble, not to be confused with the main character of Dabble Worlds, who is also called Dabble. Technically, this one is D4BB13, which visually looks like the word dabble. And so that's his... Whoops, okay, that transition doesn't line up, does it? Well, that one just doesn't line up, huh? And why doesn't that line up? Is it not... It's not high enough? Maybe? Maybe that's it. There you go. That's the one. He's just landing at the wrong spot here. I moved some things around. Let me check our scene manager. When you fade to a new room and we load in the player, yes. Player node global position is entry node global position. There we go. That should fix it. A day. All right, so here we go. So it fades in through here. Nope, he's still landing all the way over there. Oh wait, if start node. There we go. Now it's fixed. Now it's fixed. All right. So room 1 is just the lobby. Room 2, you got a monster fight up here that you can easily avoid if you want to. Things are going well. And then another one on here that's a little bit harder to avoid because you don't have a lot of ways to approach it, but you can probably get around them pretty easily. All right, then you move into room 3. That animation didn't play out. That's weird. I gotta fix that transition. Yeah, that's not quite right. This room's a little bit better lit, so I decorated this a bit, and I think it looks a lot nicer now. We got lily pads, just lily pads hanging out. I replaced the gear with an actual, like, flowery looking thing, little lotus flower. Added some little rings that appear when you land on a lily pad. I think that looks nice. We still need to work on the code for spinning gears. I think I want to make it where you actually have to rotate the control stick around and around, because I think that would be fun. And I left room in the corner for a little treasure, an optional treasure that you can get. Maybe over here I'll have a little fish pop out that you can talk to. Maybe not. And then we fall through the world. Cool. All right, so there you go. That's where we are right now. We're getting there. So let's see, which things weren't working right? The transition point. I think we got an issue with position versus global position. Target locations append. Yeah, I think the fact that it's global position is the problem. So let's look up actor base target locations. Manage target locations. Here we go. Target location. I should base that off of global position, I believe. Target location is a global position, not a relative position. That is what was throwing me off, I think. It happened to be working, but it should not. Okay, that will probably fix some of those issues. The goal is to make it so that I can launch these scenes from, like, directly say, hey, I want to start in this room, or I can move to and fro easily. I still gotta fix this camera. It does a lot of things I don't like. Okay, so that looks good, and that looks good. There we go. Hey, Oten. Things are going well. We're making progress here. This is not the appropriate music for this level, FYI. So you can go all the way out there to get a little secret, or stop it right there, and it snaps into place. I might have a flying enemy hanging out in here to kind of be a bit of a bother around the water. Controller support. That is something to deal with, for sure. Let me grab the actual music for this, because I got it updated recently. And by I got it updated, I mean I asked for some slight changes. There we go. All right, so now we got that. Just a little minor puzzle here. Controllers are weird. So the only experience I've had with, like, really diving into controller code is for web games. Looking into the official support. Yeah, this is not working because I actually moved these entries down intentionally. Okay, but the true solution is to just move this. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So now this one is fixed. So now these should line up. Nope. See, that's what I'm trying to avoid right there. Is that when I launch into this zone, I don't want it to immediately take me out. Exit zone is right there. This box. Widget UI. Yeah, so on web, controller is fairly straightforward in that you can attach event handlers to when a button is pressed and when a button is let go of. Oh, right, I need to make this loop. Loop, please. Thank you. There we go. So, let's see. So, that means that you can't just say, you can't just make a function that says, hey, get the current state of this button, because the web API doesn't provide that. You actually have to manage that yourself, usually with like a dictionary, or I guess in JavaScript it'd be an object. So every time a button is pressed, you add an entry to your object that says, this button state is true, and then every time a button is let go of, you edit the list to say, oh, actually now that state is false. And then you can read off that object. And you can get fancier by like adding things to handle like how long, like when was it pressed? So you can get like duration of press, that kind of stuff. That could be handy. Yeah, it should be putting me at 0, 0 when I launch this room. But it's putting me, why is it putting me there? Let's move it further and see if that changes anything. That's odd. Oh yeah. Look, it's putting it right there. Why is it putting me here? Why would you put me here? Why would you do that? Hey, Burst. Why is my player loading right there? Do I have a default player in this scene? I don't think so. That's 0, 0. That's where it should be putting me. All right. Weird. Let's deal with scene manager then. Player node. Yeah, add a player. So we're not fading to a new room here. So players should not, you know what, let's go ahead and just check this. Player exists. Yeah, it should be setting, bitten again. It's not used to having the room offset. Okay, so that's good now. Fixed, I assume. Not fixed, not fixed. Why not fixed? Why not fixed? Wait, what? Hang on. It set me at 0, 0, 0. And yet... Okay, then what's player position? When you add a player, it's instantiating it, adding it to the current room node. There it goes. There he goes again. Yeah, 0, 0, -2. That makes sense. Okay, let me look at this in 3D again. Zero, 0, 0. Yeah, this is 0, 0. That's where I expected. That's where I'm expecting it to be put. Surely not. Hang on. Let me check something here. So this room, 0, 0, 0, is right there. I see what's happening. I can see what's happening. Okay, so what's happening is the player is being instantiated, but then moved, I think, is the idea. And so it's triggering that. Here, let's see. Print setting position. And then another print for... Is this a harder than the one last time? Is what harder? Like the music is going harder. That's for sure. Right here. Print transition. Okay. So now let's see what happens. Which order do these fire in? I'm betting transition happens. Well, not in that case. Move this back to where it was. I'm gonna expect to see setting position happening after. No, we set the position and then the transition happened. What? Huh. Well, I didn't expect that. Okay. What is the body's global position at that moment? How about that? Because we're expecting it to be... Let's figure out what it is beforehand, too. All right. Give me the breakdown, buddy. What do we got? Okay, so initially, it's at 0, 0, 2 for the global position because it's initializing it at 0, 0, 0 local, which is in the middle of the tab. But then we move it to the other one. Then the transition happens, and it says 0, 0, 0 global, which is outside of that block. Something screwy is going on there. Okay. I'm willing to chalk that up to an idea of like, this just isn't ready yet. Let's just add a timeout to this. Let's have an isActive flag. What's the code I used? Oh gosh, I've got so many blocks of code here. Creating all of it. I like the search functionality better on VS Code. I'm gonna be honest. It's much easier to access than it is in Godot itself. What was it? It was like an async. Let's just look for all the awaits that I'm using. This right here. Boom. Maybe this will work. Wait 0.2 seconds before becoming active. Does that work if I do it in ready? Apparently so. Okay, there we go. No, this is still not working though. This is stuck. Okay, this is good that we're finding these problems, working our way through them. Okay, so what this does is basically say, don't let the exit zone work until after like 0.2 seconds. That should be plenty of time for the scene transition to follow through. So the problem right now is that particular transition, this one right here, is having an issue because it's pointing the wrong way. There, solved. Unbelievable. Okay. Leave the room, enter the room. There we go. This room is way too bright still. We haven't fixed it. Lily pad, lily pad. So here's the dumb idea with this room. Well, we're gonna fix that clipping and this clipping here. Because the idea is it's gonna be kind of like a little raft ride. And then you just kind of ride along, and then you get to the end, and that's it, I guess? I don't know. I'm not 100% sure on this room. There's not a lot you can do that I can think of yet. What could we do? You could fight something along the way. I don't want you to have to fight too much. So far, this is the fourth room of this little mini dungeon. So you've got a lobby with nothing to fight. There will be a save point, I assume. This room will have 2 enemies to fight. This room will probably have 2, maybe 3 enemies to fight. Probably 2. And that's a reasonable amount of enemies. We can add 1 more in here. Yeah, it's gonna be like some light platforming. So we have to remember that the genre itself does not lend itself well to actual combat. So we have to be cautious on, or not to actual platforming. It will let us get away with. I want to add some like little bobbly bits that like move around but have absolutely no effect on anything at all. You know, like in a lot of game demos, you see like big fields of grass. Like bushes. I want to have like little things sticking out of the ground that as you walk past, they kind of get pushed around a bit. Yeah, maybe some bats or something. So one thing that would be nice in this room is probably to pull the camera out a bit. Also, I think what would be really nice, and we don't have to do this right away, but it could be useful, is it rock wall? Is that what? It is rock wall, okay. Let's scale this down a bit. I want it to be pretty obvious that this is like the border. It's like, no, you can't go this way. And we don't need a good reason. You just can't. Don't worry about it. See what I mean? Like something like this. Just to kind of indicate to the player, like this is the you can go no further zone. It's like, no, it's not actually blocking you. It's just to show you where the zone of no pass is. Until you get to that. That should be maybe a little bit further. Like that zone. Just a little bit more. Okay. Let's see here. So I think what would be helpful on this is if we can pull the camera out a little bit more. I really need to rewrite the camera. It's becoming an issue at this point. There we go. That should look fine. Oh, so the end of this scene is we're gonna actually switch to a cutscene after this, which I don't have code yet for the type of cutscene I want to do. But it's gonna be a little short discussion where your partner will talk a bit about. Basically, the gag is you're about to go over a waterfall, and that's gonna be it. That's the gag. So you can go here. Maybe there's a little extra treasure for going out. It's going to be very slow paced because the engine does not lend itself to platforming. I need to bring this rock up more. It does not line up with the actual solidity very well. Where's the solidity? Yeah, look at that. Either that or just bring the solidity down to match. So yeah, maybe I'll put one little enemy fight here. Or maybe you have to step off and then you have to walk down and then keep up with the lily pad, but you can't reach it because of some thick vines in the way. Ah, here we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Reset scale. Okay. So it's gonna be like a big, at first a big wall here, and then you can see the lily pad behind the vines as you're catching back up to a lily pad, any lily pad. There'll be a little bit of combat, and that's it. That's the end of that section. So let's zoom that up. Yeah, I think that's a reasonable idea. I think that works pretty well. Make sure that it covers that. Let's go a little bit wider before you get back on it. Maybe not quite that wide. Yeah, right there. One more to the right. There we go. Okay, so rock here. Vines in the way. We gotta go wider to make it actually... Well, no we don't. This is where this actually does need to line up properly. Like right around there. A cat. Cat! You know, cat, GQ. It's cat. GQ, I posted something for you. Unfortunately. In your Discord, of all places. You know, to make sure you wouldn't actually see it. Okay, that works. Actually, let's make it a little bit smaller this way. Push it back a little bit further. There we go. So you don't have to come all the way out to this corner to find the extra prize. Let's go thinner. Let's go thinner. There. Just to make it less likely for you to come all the way out to this point. Okay. So now we duplicate. No, not that one. This one we duplicate. Okay, smaller, smaller. Oh, see that? It's an ugly edge of the rock there. All right, that looks fine. Then I need to duplicate it again. Just to get a better edge here. Rotate this 180 degrees to get a hold of this nice edge. Raise it up a bit. That looks good. And that'll be where your jumping off point. What I don't like about this is that is a jump in this direction is not great. Could be better. So I'm going to give a little bit of wiggle room there. A little bit of extra wiggle room to make it harder to fall off. Okay. That is... Yeah, that's it right there. This looks pretty awful being so stretched. So let's resize that. Come on, give me this one. Give me this one. Okay. How does that look? Fine, I think. That'll probably work. You can get a little bit of a seam, which is good. Okay, so now we need a lot of vines hanging here, like so many vines. Greenery, perfect. We haven't even colored this area in yet. Greenery, vines. There it is. All right, move these vines over here. Where are they? No, really, I don't see them. Why don't I see them? Wait a second, what's happening here? Oh, turn it on. There we go. Alright, so this is the thick vines area. Oh yeah, and I might have a rock here. In which it's got to be a lot smaller. Okay. Needs to be tall, deep, and pretty flush right there. Kind of like that. Does that line up pretty well? Yeah. Yeah, the important thing is that it's kind of within. Hey, PK. All right, get some nice vines going here. Mini game, any mini gamers? Stretch this out a bit. You know what? I want to push this back a bit more. Maybe tilt it back like that. That works. Okay. Move that there. There we go. Now the parent can be there. All right. We'll probably need to see how this looks into the right lighting. Nether dirt. Can you imagine? All right, let's get some lighting, I guess, in here. Lights. No directional light. Get some of these spotlights from the last zone, just so we can plop them in place. They look fine. All right, take the energy of the sky. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. The demolishers look so good. Did you just see them, Farron? They really look like a train, like just a runaway train. Oop, I saw the pop in there. I don't like that. Don't want to see the pop in. We gotta hide it a bit. All right, so we got this set up so it slides under. And it's like, oh no, can't get there. That is way too bright. And that's a little bit, that needs to be above the water more. It's so good, yeah, yeah. It's gonna be great. Okay, toggle this, make this back one darker, and move it over to the side some. Right there. Okay, so now this whole thing we can duplicate to get a nice thick layer of vines in here. Up until we don't need them. So right here. Okay, that looks fine. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, so the main gaming thing to worry about with them is they have ridiculous regen. I think it was like 1500 per second. Ooh, that pop in is not good. Don't like that. Gotta fix it. And then you get back on your lily pad and right off into the sunset, and then cutscene starts somewhere over here. Goodbye. Okay, the pop in. I think that the simplest solution is just move the outer vines closer out. Still getting some poppin'. That's weird. Why so much poppin' still? All right, well then let's take this and move them even further back. So now these are still a problem. And they're gonna overlap with the wall a bit. And we're just gonna deal with that. Just push them way back. Poppin' fresh. Woohoo! Yeah, it sounds like the big idea is like get everything ready to unload as quickly as possible. Like big pulse damage, like rockets, landmines. Did I still get a little? Yeah, I'm still getting some. I guess because they're offset a bit. That would do it. I guess maybe these back ones... Maybe I can set the draw order a little bit lower, and that might help. What is that? Sorting, offset. All right, let's see what this does. If I say 5, yeah, then it draws in front. So treat it as though it's a full unit away backwards. Now that might give it some draw order problems with the wall behind it. No, that seems okay so far. And we're getting a little bit more parallax, which is nice. Yeah, actually, I do like that. That's really nice. And there'll be a little bit of an enemy fight over here. Let's check again. This area right here. Can you see this easily? If there was something there, would you notice? You might not. You might check it. You might come out here and see, ooh, a little prize over here, but you might not. And then a little fight here. This will be the last fight before the cutscene, and then after the cutscene, we'll have a save point. Ooh, no. we don't want to save point right after the point of no return. That would be silly. Mario's enemies, Netherwart. Perfect. All right, I think this area design is okay. It needs a little bit of sprucing up. More lily pads maybe. One of these little sets over here would be nice. Oh, and some mist. Mist is good. Okay, so that's a vine. Lily pad group. Lily group. Copy that. Pull it into this room. Way over there, apparently. Looks good. Oop, nope. Want to make sure it's not getting submerged with the water. One way around that might be just sneakily scale it a bit. Make them thick lily pads. And throw in one of those lotus flowers. Yeah, that perfect. Why not? Maybe scale it down a bit. I just think they look really nice. We did a good job on that model, and we should be proud of ourselves. There we go. So next, some of that mist that we had in here looks really good. Oh yeah, we've already got it. Haha. I just need to scale it a little better. Look at that. Mist. Also, I found a fun little use for the mist. Oh, that does look really nice. So, I'm not using the exact same water setup as I am in, say, here, where the water's all like, ooh, happy water, happy blue water. Instead, I went with just like, it's just a set color, and I'm only using the little white border. Like if you take the mist off, that's the water. It's just basically a steady color with this little bit of effect on the edges and nothing else. And it kind of gives it like almost a stagnant look to it, which is good. I don't want it to look like the water is like, happy, fun river water. No, it's just kind of sitting here. This right here, check this out. Look at this. You like this little, very subtle waterfall going on here? Well, guess what that is? That's more mist. That's just the mist scaled and stretched. And then it's like, oh, a subtle waterfall. How lovely. Not like a big splashy waterfall, just a nice little trickle. Well, anyway, we're going to add another one of those. Where are we going to put that? Right there. And then put it under mist. I can't see it though. Maybe that's not what I want. Ah, that's what I want. Yeah. It's just a little bit. Just a little bit. Nothing crazy. It just gives it some movement, you know? Like, I love that. It's just some noise, just some moving noise. I'm kind of tempted to, let's see here. What is this? Why are there so many of these? Oh, because I copied this whole thing. Right, that's why. Okay, so I'm tempted. Just take this, duplicate it. Make it a unique instance of the shader. Direction. Kind of that. But maybe a different, I don't know, like a different... I can't even see it moving. Probably because the negative scale is doing something weird with that. I want to make it more obvious that, like, let's turn off this other one. Yeah, see, that's too fast. So can we scale this a little bit more? That's getting closer to what I want. I want it to be very obvious the water is going that way. I think this is the way to do it. What on earth am I seeing here? What is a square? Why am I seeing a mystery square? What is the mystery square about? Did anyone want to tell me about the mystery square? What am I seeing? Is that just an effect of this mist? No. It is not. Oh, that's just something else I brought in, apparently, accidentally. Okay, mystery square solved. Mystery square has been deleted. Sequence break. We're leaving it in. Coyote time. And see, you can, if you go all the way out, you can get a little secret here. Little fight, you might be able to jump over it. You might be able to dodge. Oops, don't fall in the water. It's fine. Oh gosh. Don't ever want to do Darkest Dungeon again. So stressful. Oh gosh, what a game. So rarely does a game do such a good job of putting you in the shoes of the protagonist, the unnamed protagonist who is in charge of the expedition. Oh gosh. All right. This area looks all right. So the next part of it is supposed to be a cutscene, and I don't know how exactly we're gonna do that. Okay, so what I want it to be is you're on the lily pad. Scene transition happens. Scene transition happens. Like somewhere around here as you're getting close to the edge. And I should probably, like, stretch this out a little bit more, even. Where's the water? Get that water stretched out, too. Get it going, yeah. Make sure there's plenty to go around. There we go. It just gets dark over here. That's fine. Right now, I don't think the lily pad makes it far enough. Yeah, it gets about there. And that's honestly fine. Right around there is where our transition's going to be. Scene transition into another scene, which is going to start you out immediately in a cutscene where you're riding the lily pad and your partner is talking, and then there's like, you know, waterfall, and then splash. And then you kind of stand up and you're right next to the boss fight. And so battle, immediately into battle. Fight. And then you wind up, you're actually made it to the other side of the cave and you're safe. So, we need a way to make that happen. And I don't think we can rightly work on that cutscene yet because, well, oh gosh, we need more vines in here. I'm just now realizing we need more vines. That's better. Okay. The rust status effect. No! I was thinking one interesting status effect could be wet. And I don't think we'd introduce it at this point. But basically a status effect that does nothing on its own, but amplifies the effects of other attacks, such as electric-based attacks. So that's something that we might do. Just throwing that out there. Okay. So this room is basically done now. Boy, okay, this is really changing how I am thinking we should approach map design going forward. It seems like if you make one decent asset that can be safely stretched and skewed and rotated, well, we've got like 3 or so that we've been using. You can basically just do that. And then it's basically you just model blocks. Like that is your actual level that you build out. And then just pretty it up, and you're good. It's that simple. Okay, so yeah, the cutscene. The cutscene needs a partner to do the talking. We don't have an actual partner following the player around yet. We've got some placeholder art we've been using. Let's pull up Krita. We got some placeholder art we've been using for, let me find it. We've been using basically the frog NPC and the pig NPC and the snail NPC as our sort of mock-up. Well, not a mock-up, as just a placeholder so that we could get the partner combat code working. But now we need to actually get an actual first partner in place. this cannot be the final art. And we just have to live with that it's going to get refined. It doesn't have to be final. It just has to be a good enough start, I guess. Okay. So here's Cat. She is a cat. And the original idea was she was going to fill in as kind of a thief mechanic character, which feels like I'm throwing too many tropes into the mix at once. Sort of a scrapyard mechanic, but like stealing parts from the hub world zone when you first encounter her. It's fine. It's okay. It's a lot of tokens. It's better than it was, I think. What's that? No. Eyebrows. What was the... I don't even remember what the old eyes were, but they were awful. I probably drew over them. Is that them? Yeah, that one has nothing. This layer has nothing. Get rid of it. This layer, what does this layer have? Early concept. Get rid of it. What does this have? Line sketch. That camping guy. What's he doing here? Internet could be better. Are you fighting bugs out there, Dove? We sure love fighting bugs around these parts. Well, I don't know if I need this yet. Because we've already got line art. It would mostly just be for face. Let me pull up my notes on characters. Okay. So characters need idle animation, jump animation, walking animation, talking animation. For combat, they need a hurt animation, a poisoned animation, a sleep animation, and then partners specifically also need a thinking animation, a blocking animation, and a passed out dead animation. That's a lot. Ooh. We need 10 animations, so we gotta make sure that we've got all the pieces that we need. All right, let's make a sprite sheet then. Take all of this and group it. Hello? That was not all of it. Take all of this and group it. And then duplicate, hide the originals so that we have them to come back to if we need them. All right. And then start moving things around. All willy-nilly like. Merge. There's a head. Oh, and facing right should be the default for all characters, not just partners, but enemies as well. Yeah, this is super not final. Great, love it. That needs to be combined with that. Yeah, the faces. There's going to be a handful of faces. Oh, eyebrows should be combined. What is this layer? Empty layer. Get rid of it. Combine eyebrows with eyes. Yeah, combine that with that, yeah. Okay, so we'll have some faces over here. What could that last letter be? Okay, I only ended up making one shoe anyway. This doesn't need to be out here. Arm. I don't know how we're gonna manage the arm, but we'll figure something out. Merge that. Among Us? Did I make an Among Us? Yeah, this is just a rotated version of that arm. So we can just delete that. Tail. Tail should probably be split into pieces, maybe? I think it does need to have a little bit more animatability. Right? To make it kind of more interestingly sway. Or maybe not. Maybe we just leave it as is for now. Then we just deal with it. Okay, and then faces. All right, so the faces, that's not going to be as hard, I hope. Control J to duplicate. Then duplicate again. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see. That'll be talk animation, hurt animation. We need a tired, like a poisoned and asleep. And that's it. So 2 more. 2 more after that. Oh boy, that's a lot of faces. All right, you know what? Let's move this head. Over here. Control J. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Control J. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look at all those faces. Cool. All right. Now we use these to make better stuff. So the top one is the only one. That one right there. That's our original. These, throw those in a group. Lower the opacity. We may keep the whiskers and nose mostly the same. This is a TF2 weapon. Okay, so we can get away with just this. And oops, what just happened there? Line weight 4 probably. All right, new layer outside of the group. Here we go. Stinky cats. All right, talking animation. All I need is to change the mouth, right? Why is this not working? Am I pushing a button? Draw. Draw. Oh, I'm on the group again. Okay. Yep. Al does need a pillow for it. It's the best way to get better quicker. Good enough? Feels like a tiny talking animation, but I'll have to do some full body movement to really make it work. Okay, so that's talking. The hurt animation. A classic. Everyone loves it. Typically, it is, put simply, combine that with the hurt animation, or with the talking animation. Incredible. Do we need eyebrows for that? We probably should have a little bit of eyebrows, right? Beautiful. Okay, so now we can get rid of this layer. All right, next animation we need. Poison. Okay, so that's gonna be eyes except... Oh, we probably need to color in the whites of the eyes in some of these too. So that'll be something like that. Sad cat. Injured cat.
Bunny?
Turtle! Not a bunny! It's not a bunny! It's a cat! It's very different. cat. Oh, snail. Let's see. I need this one. Oops. Oops. There we go. That looks good. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4. Just pull it down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's fine. Merge that. And then we need... Wait, is this more... Okay. Idle walk. No, idle talk. Hurt. Poisoned. Sleep. And then we... Okay, and then the others we can use the existing ones. Okay, so asleep. Well... You know what? I should separate mouth and eyes here. Just looking at how we're doing this, mouth and eyes should be separated. We've got 3 different eyes and 2 different mouths. It makes more sense to do it that way. We'll fix that. We'll fix that. In which case, sleep. We'll go ahead and do a sleep, a little sleep, sleepy sleep. Is that what I'm looking for? That'll work. It's fine. First pass. Rumble in Crumbledon, obviously. Okay, so let's merge all of these. Just to make it easier to work with temporarily. Okay, so eyes. There's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4 eyes. Oh, you know what let's do? Let's duplicate this layer. And this will be eyes only. So just get rid of the mouths. Mouth, gone. Mouth, gone. Mouth, gone. Mouth, believe it or not, gone. Gone. Okay. Now let's move things around a bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so now, oops, sorry. So now these are all equidistant apart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so there's our eyes. Next, this one. This will be the mouth sheet. So get rid of all these. These are all the same mouth. That's it. Those are the mouths, open and closed. Eyes. Those are mouths. Close. Okay. Beautiful. Now we crop. Get rid of this, and we need to paint in these eyes, and only these eyes. That's fine. Okay. All right. Like, it'd be very nice to have a surprised animation for partners as well. It would be really nice to have a surprised animation for partners, wouldn't it? It would. All right. You've convinced me. It didn't take much. So lower the opacity of this one, so I've got that to trace off of. And it looks the same, except... Where's my... Oh. That would do it. Looks the same, except big, excited eyebrows, right? Big, excited eyes. Go ahead and color these in first. While it's fresh on my mind that we actually need to do that. Stomp on the thwomp. All right. Seeing the tops of the pupils will... There you go. That looks quite surprised, if I do say so myself. All right. There's our sheet right there. Okay. Save it as cat. .ping. I'm still not satisfied with the process as I handled it for this dungeon. Like, I came up with a good idea of block out and then go back and add details. I think going forward, I should resist doing that room by room. I should do the entire dungeon as a block out and then go back and add details to the entire dungeon. I guess maybe to some degree decoration kind of drives the function, like form drives function in some cases. Like, I think lily pad instead of bottomless pit. And then it's like, well, then why not have a section where you ride on a moving lily pad? Mm-hmm. So that's something to consider. All right. Grab the new sprite sheet. That goes in entities. Wow. Yeah. Do I want to have a specific partner folder here? Probably. It would make it easier. Okay, so I need to inherit off of base actor. New inherited scene. Off of base actor. And save it as entities, actors, no, entities, partners. Actor, cat. Actor, partner, cat. Just make it a little more obvious. All right. Cat. Here we go. Oh boy. This is going to be a little bit of a thing. So we need to go to the 2D side of things to start with. And start slapping together sprites. Partners. Okay, save this. Let's move it to its own folder. Folder, cat. All right. Where's the sprite sheet? There we go. Got it. Let's make sure our transforms are okay here. Yeah, why is this already at 0.7? It's fine, whatever. We'll deal with it. Cannot instantiate the scene. Oh, that's not what I was trying to do. I'm trying to do this. Boom. Okay, by putting that there. Well, by putting it there. Nice. Okay, so this zone right here. That makes it a little harder to animate, though. I would like the ground to be middle of head. And so that means that the sprite has to be offset a bit, doesn't it? Yeah, because that's where that is. So how do we do that offset then? 256? Oh. Oh. Viewport? No, move this maybe? Yeah, that's better. That centers it. And then here. Oh! Raid coming in. Chip! Welcome in! What is going on, guys? Welcome in to Big Boy Games Official, creator of Starground. That reminds me, I have something I need to redeem over there sometime soon. Not much. I've been working on a lot. Getting a lot better at making regions now. You know what? Let's go ahead and load it up for everybody. Now that is some serious raid. It's still going. Careful, you'll trigger Twitch's auto mod. So what I'm working on here is we've got this region of the game here is going to lead up to the game's first little mini dungeon. For anybody who hasn't seen this project before, and I'm sure there are some, I'm working on a 1,000-Year Door type RPG. Very similar to Paper Mario 1,000-Year Door or Bug Fables, another apt example. And so this is the middle of Chapter 1. So I'm building this cave to explore. This is the actual music for the cave. Gonna have a little secret zone here for a little bonus treasure. This is the lobby, as we're calling it. Where I'm experimenting. I've done some experiments with the with camera zones. I'm rolling my own camera code here. I know there are some add-ons that do a lot of the work, but I kind of like playing around with it. I've also been playing around with scrolling textures to make this little very cheap mist effect. You saw that character being made? Heck yeah, he's a good guy. So there's gonna be two little fights you can either cleverly dodge around with some good platforming movement. Also getting really into like just adding little bits and bobs around to just flesh out things, like little vines and stuff. I really like this one in the ceiling, just kind of really in your face in the foreground. Two more battles that you can skirt around with good movement, and a little puzzle room. The first puzzle room in the dungeon. So one of the big mechanics I've got is I want to do, you turn gears and stuff with your gear on your back, but I don't want them to always be literally gears. So in this is this little lotus flower that's tied to these vines, and then just somehow that causes things to move when you spin it. So you can kind of move the position of these two lily pads just by spinning. They just go in a set pattern. Got these nice little rings on the lily pads when you step on them, which is fun. And then this one over here controls this one, so you got to figure out the right combination of the two of them to get across. So that forces you, now you got to go back and change it to the other direction. This is another room playing around with these scrolling textures to make this kind of murky water effect, which I like. Get it over there, and then you're good to go, and then you can go to the next room. Yeah, it's a staple of the genre, kind of a must-have, is these light puzzles. And this little mini waterfall, this isn't like a big fancy waterfall shader, but I just wanted to add a little bit of flavor to the room. And so that is just a noise texture. It cuts off. I need to move that up. Cuts off a little bit ugly there. It's just a scrolling noise texture, and that's it. And it creates, honestly, a decent, like, misty waterfall effect, which I like. Little lily pad riding. And then that's basically the end of this mini dungeon. After that, there's going to be the actual mini boss that you fight. But before you get to the mini boss, we're going to have a little cinematic. Humor is also something we need. A little bit of whimsy, a little bit of humor. And so during that scene, when you're riding the lily pad off screen, we're going to cut to a little cinematic. The partner is going to make some kind of observation about the sound of waterfall, and then, you know, beat, robot and partner look at each other, little exclamation mark, slight panic, and then they go over the waterfall. Ha ha ha. And then you fight a giant frog. It's perfect. But for that, I need the partner to be in the field. We have the code for the partner being an active combatant and being able to choose moves and attack, but there's no field partner yet. So I decided it's finally time to actually add our partner into the game, like with actual art instead of the placeholder NPC art we've been using. And that's where we stand tonight. So we're gonna be working on doing some of the 2D side of the game. And this is something I really hate, is how sub viewports are handled. We're gonna make it work, but it's gonna be a pain. Okay, if I do that, then yeah, middle of the head is dead center. Okay, that's probably what I want. Okay. Oh, what? Transform 256 512. You know what? Let's just add a node 2D to hold the transform for now. How about that? That might make things a little bit easier to deal with for us. 256 512. Okay, hang on. 0, 0. So the problem I've found with sub viewports is, especially when you're changing between 2D and 3D, like using a sub viewport as a texture of a 3D object, like we are here. The problem is you can't view the sub viewport in the 2D setup, which is what I need for animating 2D things. So my unfortunate workaround is I just have a different a dedicated animation canvas that I can just move these things between. It's not great, but it's fine. Okay, so if I duplicate that to see exactly what that looks like in 3D, yeah, middle of the head is the bottom, which is good. Or at least I thought it was good, but no, it's not. It's awful. Yeah, it's weird. It's not the best, but it's fine. Okay, so if I move this to 0, 0. Okay, that's my stand-in there. As long as I don't mess with this parent, let's just call it container. As long as I don't mess with that. Yeah. Sub viewports are like a must-have for a lot of stuff, but there are some quirks. I figure a lot of people never even touch them, as valuable as they can be. In this case, it's just really nice for the look of getting a decent 3D sprites. When you have a bunch of them next to each other, you get some serious layer fighting. Not true Z fighting like with the flickering effect that you'd usually associate with the term Z fighting, but the way that you determine which one is rendered first is unintuitive. So yeah, it's got to be, if I throw them all in a viewport though, well then I'll let the 2D layer deal with who's on top, and then we're good. It works out great that way. All right, so here's the process. This is the janky process for building out these little paper sprites. It's all regions. It's all regions. Head, body, and we got to figure out the parent order that we're gonna do on this, because that rotation I have found is quite a thing to mess with. I need to get the original artwork out that we had. Where's Krita? Can I Z back far enough? Okay, what I want to do. All right, full redo. And then save a copy. Now, oh wait, I probably don't even need to do that, because this is just a group. I can just hide that and show that. There we go. That's what we want. This is what we want. This is who we want. Minus the cutoff. Okay. We're gonna use that as our guide for how to position things. Yep, right around there, and we can adjust. We can always adjust. Let's get the face on here. Now, I specifically made sure the mouth is separate from the eye, so we can swap those out for the different animations we have. And let's just do, there we go. Mouth, eyes. There we go. That'll make it really easy to swap these in and out. Need 2 feet. We're gonna have our front foot and our back foot. There it is. Terrible looking, terrible looking. We can just mess with the Z index on that. Ordering. Well, do we want to? Do we want to, though? We'll scale that one down a little bit, the one in the back. All right. Front arm. Get a little something going here. Just use a foot instead. Okay, so this one, we probably are going to want to end up using a container so that the rotation is easier to do. Because as it stands now, with the center being there, that's a problem. So let's actually go ahead and do that now. Whoops. Nope. Hang on. First, move it to the point we want. Front arm container. Move it right to the pivot point. Then parent it so it inherits the right transform. And now... Yeehaw. Dupu swooping in. Hello, Dupu. Who is Dupu, though? Wait, no. Move the container. Move the whole container. Nobody knows. Well, you have been doing some trucking, haven't you? Okay. Tail. Tail container. Tail. Wait, do I not have the wrench in this? I didn't put the wrench in this for some reason. I don't know how I managed to do that. How I managed to miss it. There we go. Re-upload. Oh, no. There we go. Got it. You can just duplicate this. No, wait, not that one though. Duplicate body. Let's wrench. Big ol' wrench. Okay. That's a start. It is something. All right, let's get a good idle position here. Okay, so that's z-index -1. Let's make back arm container -2 and wrench -1, maybe? For now. There we go. Now she's looking tough. Rough, tough, and ready to scuffle. Okay, but everything's in the wrong position, so we do need to move that. It's about right there. Okay, so if I copy all of this and move it into this other container, there we go. Okay, that's a good start. All right. So our animation player, we want to point that at not the sub viewport, Wait, hang on. Let me look at a different one. Show me frog actor. Animation player gets pointed to sub-viewport. Yeah, okay. So not sub-viewport, but instead the animation canvas so that we can work in 2D initially. Gauntlet is fun. It's a good just, you know, it's this weird kind of cooperative but also kind of competitive game. You're all on the same team, but you're really only looking out for yourself a lot of the time. So Red Warrior needs food. Oh, that's too bad. Red Warrior's about to die. All right, so we need to set up resets. Let's see here. So, transform. Create reset tracks. Yes. Uh-oh. Could not resolve. What? What do you mean? Wait. Sorry, what? Let's go to the reset. Animation canvas. Sprites container body. Am I in the wrong? Animation player. Root node. Animation canvas. I thought. Not the frog again. Play is idle animation. Yeah, it's going to sprites / body. That makes sense. So if I go to animation player, root node, animation canvas, then within animation canvas, sprites / container / body should be what we see. Yes. Okay, there it is. Sprites, container, body. Okay, I don't know what happened there. All right, we want to make sure we're setting up reset tracks for position, rotation, and scale, I guess, for all of these. And one of these days, I will go back into my automation script and fix it. Additionally, we also need to add a key for the specific rectangle for the eyes and the mouth. Those need... Oh, hold shift to skip this dialogue. Has that always been the case? Oh, well, that speeds things up. How did I never notice that before? Bop, bop, bop. Front foot. Yes, yes, yes. Back foot. We're going to go ahead and scale that one down a little bit. And maybe Z-index sit behind. Yeah, we'll try that. All right, back foot. Bop, bop, bop. Front arm container. Bop, bop, bop. Back arm container. Bop, bop, bop. Tail container. Bop, bop, bop. There we go. All right. We've got our defaults. Also, I like all of these to be cubic. Which, guess what? There's not a way to multi-select tracks and set them to cubic all in one go. So we've got to click every single one of these, and change them to cubic, except for the region recs. That we don't even want to be linear. We want that to be nearest. That's very important. Because otherwise the eyes would slide to the next eyes like a little one of those things. You don't want that. We just want it to immediately change to the eyes we select. All right, there we go. That looks good. There's our animation setup. All right, so that's the reset track. Play. Okay, good. Everything's... Uh-oh. Couldn't resolve track. Wait, oh, idle. Well, I don't care about idle. Idle is... Delete idle, for all I care. Oh yeah, make unique. Now get rid of that. All right, let's make ourselves an idle animation. A bunch of ingredients. Overcook. Oh, Dupu had a really good idea there, but not quite. Okay, so one thing that I think works pretty well is duplicating the reset animation to make idle, because then we get all the tracks already there. Okay, how long is the idle animation gonna be? I think the frog is a good helpful. Yeah, just a little 2 second bob. That seems fine. Let's make a little 2 second bob here for the idle animation. Okay, for that we're probably not gonna need most of these. We'll see. Oh no. Maybe this is okay. Maybe it'll know what I'm doing. I need to parent these. Arm containers definitely need to be part of the body. Tail needs to be part of the body. Feet can be separate. Head should be separate. But mouth and eyes belong to the head. Okay. Is everything still... Yes, okay. That automatically updates the animation track. I was running into that as an issue a while back because I was trying to edit some files manually. It's a long story. We're not going to get into it. Nice, but the editor manages that for us. That's all we need to worry about. Oh, wrench. Wrench is going to be on its own. Wrench is going to be on its own. All right, idle animation. Here, let's change this to a 0.1 snapping. I don't know why it always goes for 0.033. That's bizarre to me. Let's start with the body position. Body goes up, body goes down, right? Oh wait, idle animation. Oh no. Oh no, it's happened. It did the thing. The one thing we didn't want to happen. Great, cool, love it. Why? He's actually a mouse prince who ran away. I had such a fun idea. So, all right, spoilers for chapter 0 of the game. The tutorial zone, you're in some old collapsed ruins, and it's where you are introduced to Cat because you save her. She's perched up in a position to get away from some mice enemies. I was pretending to be a rat. It's great. There's gonna be some mice enemies, and my original idea was just like, all right, you beat them up, you send them packing, and you carry on with the day. But then I was like, they should come back later in the game. Like, they're part of a whole gang, a whole mouse gang. And at some point in the game, you should have to fight, wait for it, the big cheese. That's it. I want to have a lot of recurring enemies. All All right, so I think it's just... Yeah, this is wrong. Whoops. Large cheese. Tell them large cheese sent ya. Okay, back arm container is wrong. Okay, and tail container position is wrong. Everything else seems to have survived just fine. Wait, the face. I have no mouth. Wait, where's the mouth? Where is the mouth? Great. Cool. Great. All right, there we go. Reset animation seems fine. Okay, idle animation, however, is whack. Get rid of it. Reset animation is great. Duplicate to be the new idle animation. Now we work on the idle animation. Cabs. Okay, there we go. Everything's great. Everything is super great. Super duper great. Give her a little bob. Head position also needs to bob. Okay. Make sure it loops. All right. That's the opposite of what we want. A little less. Ha ha ha. Okay, wrench needs to follow the arm. That looks all right. Tail needs some secondary movement. Maybe even a little bit of rotation. Too much. We're talking like 2 degrees. There we go. All right, that's getting better. She's starting to come to life here. Look at that. Okay, the wrench again. The wrench is not quite there. Make the wrench go a little bit high. No, lower. I want... All right, right here, I want something with the wrench. Like, kind of like this. How does that look? It looks backwards. Try flipping this around. Oh, it's getting there, actually. No. Okay, now it's more backwards. Maybe it's just that the rotation is too much. -70. -72. Maybe the wrench needs to come down a little more there. 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 Something like that, maybe. Maybe. What I think that's good. I think that's a decent idle animation. All right, that's one animation down. There's like 8 to go. All right, walk. Oh, jeez. Okay, hang on. For idle, anything that has just one key, we don't need it. We don't need it at all. Do we want to do anything with the head here, rotation-wise? No. Not messing with that. Not messing with that. And it's much easier to remove these excess tracks than it is to add in individual tracks as needed. That's all I'm saying. Just a word of advice for you. Big Boo's tooth? I hope not. Okay, that makes more sense. Still weird, but better. All right, so let's manage animations. Delete the walk animation, and then, oops, oh no. Oh no. How does this happen? This has happened before. And I don't know why. But it's like deleting the tracks for some reason deletes them off of reset. And I do not know why. Make unique? Is that what I need? All right, let's look at body scale. Delete it here. And it's gone here. I've seen this before and I still don't know why it happens. I don't get it. We can add that. That would be a nice little detail. But yeah, definitely. All right, fine. We'll leave it for now. All right, duplicate to make walk. Okay, walking animation. Frog walk was pretty easy. Frog walk was fairly simple. Just arms and legs while body bobs. But this one's gonna be tricky because she's also gotta carry this wrench around. That's a little bit extra. But yeah, the feet just kind of swoop, do a little rotatey. Front arm container. Bordering. Bring that up a little bit more frontwards. Get it in front of this. Get it in front of this boot here, which is also Z-index 1. Okay. Get it up even further. There we go. We got some serious layering to contend with here. All right, so that is the feet position and rotation. Position and rotation. So let's get those in place. Also, this is probably a 2-second animation. Well, frog was 1 second, so let's try and do a 1 second. Okay, front foot position and rotation, back foot position and rotation. We go a little bit further forward, I think, with the front foot position. Make sure this loops. Okay, back foot needs to go a lot farther back. Okay. Next up, this awkward middle ground. Needs to be right here. The back foot needs to be lower. And then on the way back, the front foot should be sliding along the ground, so it should be lower. Yeah, kind of like that. Okay. Then meanwhile, body needs to be bobbing up and down with all this mess going on. Which way does it need to be bobbing? I don't know. That's up, then down, then up. There should be two up, two down or something. There we go, something like that. Okay. So what is the difference here? -1, about 3 pixels difference. All right, so the head, this is our default head state. Then this needs to be about 3 pixels different. Yep, like that. But we're gonna shift all of these a little bit over. Yeah, to get that little extra secondary motion. See how it doesn't line up quite identically. There's like a little bit of a... There's the difference between the head and the shoulders, just ever so slightly. And on that, if we want to go crazy, we could get the arms to do the same. Let's get detail here. You're gonna be looking at the partner a lot. Partner's gonna be on screen a lot of the time, so we can put in a little extra effort. Boo. All right, so apparently the trick is about that. Feels reversed. Something feels wrong here. We need some arm swinging. That's what we need. We need some arm swing. Arm needs to go opposite of the feet. to 35. Yeah, it seems all right. And then this arm is more bracing the, Hey, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Yeah, this one can't do as much. So let's just give her, like... There's a little bit. There's a little bit. Oh, also, thank you for the follow as well. Like, just sneaking in here with the follows all at once. Tail. All right, we're going to go crazy with the tail in a little bit. For now, let's get the wrench moving around. Wrench rotation and position. Oh yeah, oh look at that extra animation. Oh, and it's kind of leveraged on the shoulder accidentally, weirdly enough. So yeah, I think that back arm rotation, we can go a little bit harder on that. Oh yeah, hang on, we got something going on there. All right, now the tail. Now the tail. What is gonna happen with this tail? I don't even know. That looks pretty good. Let's move it out a bit. All right, that's decent. Honestly, I like that. Hang on, there's something I don't quite like about it. It feels very marchy. Like this guy's just kind of doing a casual walk. Whereas Cat is like very, very Robert Goblin, if I'm being honest. Is it the feet? Or is it the... What is it? What is it about this walk that feels very... She's too upright? Just her posture in general? Let's look at the idle posture. It's probably fine. It's probably fine. We can always change it. We need that reminder. We can always go back and change it. That's true. She's carrying a big old wrench. Speak softly and carry a massive wrench. Okay, so those are the basic animations we need. Next is talk. So that's usually just a variation on idle. So we're just gonna duplicate that. And all we're gonna add into that is... No, we're actually gonna mess with it a little bit. Okay, first off, the region rect here. We need to bump this up to 600. Yeah. Let's see, here's how the frogs talk. So it's a 0.4 animation length, which is a lot quicker. Because otherwise you get that, which is very goofy looking. So yeah, let's try and reduce everything to fit it into that 0.4 block. Wow, that is an intense talk right there. She needs to chill a little bit. 148. All right, so let's change this to like 144. Maybe 146. All right, the head bob is extreme. Okay, now the wrench is a bit much. We're just kind of softening out the animation a bit. Negative 246. Okay, the position is mostly fine. The catnip coffee, of course. 75. Let's change that to just like just a very slight. Okay, now it's that the secondary motion of the wrench. Okay, body is still bouncing a bit much. Like it can still bounce a bit, but we want to rein it in a bit. Okay, that's looking better. Tail rotation, chill it a bit. This 28 to 31. Let's go 28 to 29. Okay, I like it. Reset. Idle. Now walk. Now talk. Good. It's all coming together. Shocking arrow lifts. She doesn't have her own theme yet, but I don't have any good ideas for it just yet. I think it'll come out as the game is built. We're about to wrap up here. And we don't have Germdub to fall back to. So that might mean a Mushu stream that we go over to. He's going to do horror games tonight. Everybody loves horror games. Always bet on Charizard. Okay, so the animations we finished were idle, walk, and talk. We still need to make jump. Ooh, jump's going to be something. We need to make the hurt animation for battle, a poisoned animation, a sleep animation. So those three are the battle animations. And then the extra animations that we need for specifically player/partner is a thinking through what you're going to do as your move, like a thinking animation, a defending animation, and a dead animation, and I guess a victory animation. I gotta add that to the list. Dead heat there. Admittedly, most of those are just a static pose, like blocking is a static pose. Dead, it actually is the whole like collapse and fall down and then stay down. Yeah. Wrench twirl victory. I mean probably something with the the wrench has to come into it. My thought is that the wrench would explain a very useful, like, early game healing ability. As long as it is Cat and Dabble out. If for some reason Dabble was not in the party, that would make it weird. If they hit another teammate with a wrench and it somehow heals them. That's odd. Okay, I'm not gonna do any more tonight. I think we did pretty good. So, major accomplishments tonight. What did we do? We decorated this room, and it looks pretty nice. Not as busy as, like... This room was pretty busy, looking... A lot going on here. This room we ended up doing a lot with. This mist is, like, super heavy now that I'm looking at it. What is this? What is all this? What are you talking about? Did you just break? Did something just break? Like that quickly? What? Tell me it's all gone. Tell me it's all gone. No, it's not. Okay, I don't know what it was warning me about. I'm very scared. I need to commit these changes right away. Let's go over to Mushu. Yeah, and the other thing was finishing up the art for Cat. I don't know if this is going to be finalized art. It's like part of me likes to imagine that someday this will just take off and I can afford to hire an artist who actually does this kind of stuff for a living. Hey, thank you for the follow there. That's a lot of follows tonight. In the same way that, like, this kind of music, I can do okay music. You guys have heard what there was in Dabble Worlds, and I guess Moon Rover to some extent. But like, this stuff is like, it's a step above. And gosh, I'm jealous because it's like, I know music theory. I know about chords. And meanwhile, Casual's like, I don't know, just put in the notes that sound good. I'm like, oh, okay, cool, great, love it. All right. Stream schedule coming up. Sunday, 22nd. Are we off from? Is that a bye week for OwlQuest? Let's see. Fancy book learning don't mean nothing now. Okay, 22nd. There's no OwlQuest, so we will instead be doing a regular stream, which is probably going to end up being more game dev stuff. We'll see. Regular schedule, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, game dev stuff. Sunday, usually Dungeons & Dragons, but not this coming Sunday. So plan accordingly. The month of October is going to get weird. Got some fun, maybe some plans in the works with Hovercat on a very short series of streams we may do for the month of October. I've got one little offshoot GDB stream planned, and then late October, Factorio update comes out, and that's all we're going to be doing for months. It's going to be bad. You're not going to see any of this game for a while. Have a good night, everybody. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for the raid from Chip. Thank you for the sub from Turtle. See ya. Bye. The end.